Hello and welcome to the Children's Hospital Trust online benefit concert in support of the Red Cross Children's Hospital. Today, a group of kind, generous artists promise to sprinkle magic onto your festive season through comedy and music. They're all doing this to benefit the little ones at the Red Cross Children's Hospital. Goosebumps still compete in a race down my arms when I think about the great work that is being done by the dedicated people at the Children's Hospital Trust, who raises much needed funds to ensure that the hospital maintains its world-class stature. And the compassionate healthcare workers who work tirelessly on the front lines to save the lives of the little ones. Now, while you're being transported to magical worlds by the artists, remember the carefree joys of your own childhood and enjoy the show. But before the show starts, I want to ask you to look at your little R1 in your pocket. Now, you might look at that little R1 and think they're insignificant, that they can't do much. But at the Children's Hospital Trust, they know how big those little R1 can become. Because while they might not amount to much on their own, together they can make a massive difference. Now, imagine the difference when 1 million people give just R1. We can make an incredible difference. So click on the donate button on Quicket or visit childrenshospitaltrust.org.za and leave your mark on life. 100% of your donations will go towards the much needed upgrade and expansion of the Children's Hospital Emergency Center, which treats 45,000 children annually. Now, the Emergency Center becomes very, very busy at this time of year, and they need us. They need you. Enjoy the show.
Say I'm small when I know I'm mean. Say I'm slow when I know I'm quick.
You must be funny, sonny.
But I'm serious. Say I won't when I know I can't. Say I'm not when I know I am.
I don't think so, kiddo.
But I promise you this. They say I'm a little 1, 2, 3.
What you waiting for?
Clap your hands and join the song. It's so much better when we work along. They can call us the little ones.
They don't know how we will become.
Grab my hand and follow me. We'll change the world like 1, 2, 3. They can call us the little ones.
They don't know how we will become.
Oh, what a wonderful time to be alive. Through all my struggles, I find that I'm alright. I'm never giving up, hope will never die. Every day's a lovely day when living in the light. Catch me, I'm falling, I'm falling. I'm a simple man, I'm a simple man. Catch me, I'm falling, I'm falling. I am a simple man, got a life. 1, 2, 3. Struggles, I find that I'm alright. I'm never giving up, hope will never die. Every day's a lovely day when living in the light. Catch me, I'm falling, I'm falling.
Oh, play it, brother. Woo-wee. Thanks for coming into the stream with us. Goldfish here at the Belly Up, Solana Beach. So stoked to be here at a real venue with an awesome crew. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. We got lots of awesome tunes for you and something new as well, but not right now.
If you heard it all before, don't tell me anymore. I'll tell you what I see. It's a little piece of me. I came, I go, don't know where to go. Well, I try to define what I'm capable of.
touch the ground. Take the leap, it's now or never. Come with me, just cut the tether. We will always be together. So why don't we go somewhere made of endless possibilities? We don't have to know how the story unfolds. We will be forever walking on a wire. Feel your faith begin to shake. Suddenly remember, it never held us anyway. All this time trapped in our own minds, we forgot we always could fly. It only takes the strength to try. So why don't we go somewhere made of endless possibilities? We don't have to know how the story unfolds. We will be forever if I could find a new state of mind. Locked up inside, I'm still flying blind. If I could find a safe place to hide, hiding where the world bends or the sun sets, but it never ever rests. she left behind, I still couldn't find. Life and time suspense, time bends, but the searching never ends. If I could find a new state of mind, locked up inside, I'm still flying blind. If I could find a safe place to hide, riding where the war bends, the sun sets, but it never ever rests. But it never ever rests. If I could find, if I could find, if I could find, if I could find a new state of
Hi, I'm Tumi Morake. Follow me. We're almost at the finish line. You're going, why is she so happy? Why is she so energetic? Well, first of all, this is a great charity and you're doing something great for someone other than yourself. Unless you're watching for free because then times are hard and then you didn't contribute, and then I'm going, well, at least you're getting to enjoy this. Yay! But I'm really happy that we are nearly at the end of 2020. It's been a super long year, and it feels like we've been running the comrades the whole year. We've been running since March. We've just been running this comrades, you know. And you know what happens? There's always those guys who faint like 5 meters from the finish line, 2 meters, and then you see someone dragging them up and putting them saying, no, Svisa, don't give up, let's go. So I feel like I'm that guy. Like my family is sick of me because I call and I'm that happy person going, we're nearly there, man. You know, because people are like, I've got COVID fatigue. I've got What does COVID fatigue mean, guys? Does COVID fatigue mean that you are telling me you're tired of being alive and you're like, if it must take me, let it take me. I'm ready to go. Because I'm sorry, I can't have COVID fatigue. For me, it's like a diabetic person going, I've got diabetes fatigue. I'm going to go swim in a packet of jelly peppers. I'm going to go drown myself in orange juice. I'm going to go hang myself with licorice. No, you can't have COVID fatigue. It's like those people are allergic to gluten going, I've got gluten fatigue. And then they're going to eat bread and then they explode. It's going to be awkward for everyone. You cannot be COVID fatigue. Stay alive. It's that simple, okay? And I mean, I'm still sitting in America and I'm making it work. And it's very funny because people are very sympathetic. Like, you're stuck in America, you poor girl. To me, this is terrible. How? I have left the third world and I'm stuck in the first world. You need to... Besides that, COVID is still throwing a bash here. Okay, I know there's a permanent street bash here happening with COVID. COVID is running these streets, streaking. No one can touch it. But I'm still in the first world. Like, I'm going, I'm sad. I've got like really fast internet. Like, it's as quick as the thought. Like, I think about logging in and I've logged in. It's that fast, right? And I'm like, it's okay. I think I'll survive. And I've got electricity and water all the time. So I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. Anyhow, it has been rough though. I've had to break some really bad news to the kids. About the situation in the North Pole, which I'm sure a lot of parents who are watching right now, you've been in the same boat as me. We've had to be the bearers of bad news that during the pandemic, of course, a lot of the elves also contracted COVID, and so production slowed down, and Santa Claus is super old, so he also had to socially distance, so he probably won't even be delivering presents this year. So I actually came clean to the kids. I was like, well, this year Mom and Dad are in charge of gifts, and you guys have to be each other's secret Santas as well, because it's rough out there. So all that PS5 talk that was happening before the pandemic, and all that excitement around things and Disneyland and holiday must just be and we can't be sad, because then that makes the elves sad. Now you're making them sad for being sick. So I've had to tell them to just quell their expectations a little bit, because you know what it's like when you have kids who are rich but you're not rich, but your kids are rich, because they want all the expensive stuff that you can't afford, but they've decided you can, and they're like, you make it happen. They're like, yeah, you're telling me you don't have the money, I can see you, I can hear you, but I don't see how that is my problem. So yeah, that's the situation. So because I even told them, guys, even when we go to the malls, I can almost guarantee you Santa's not even going to be there. And you know that Santa is like a proper mall ride. Over Christmas, you can't get enough of Santa Claus. Always wanting you to sit on his lap because he's so needy. So yeah, I've told them not even that. You can't even gift him the gift of you sitting on his lap because of social distancing, the way things are. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting holiday we're having, because I'm also in negotiations as well. I'm really hoping we can socially distance from the kids over the holidays, because in fairness, we have spent most of the year with them. Like, we've been in each other's faces. And so I just feel like it's only fair and really thoughtful, actually, if you think about it, of us to consider sending them to their teachers for the holidays, just so they can bond and regroup and find each other again, because they haven't seen each other in a long time. We've had them a bit too much. So I feel like they got to see us as their teachers, and it's only fair that we balance the scales a little bit by letting the teachers experience our kids as their parents. Let the kids, see how the teachers are as their parents, so that when the teacher makes them their favorite porridge, they can tell them, well, that's not how my mom makes it, and that's not how my mom said to do it. And when we make them their favorite mac and cheese, so that they can tell them, well, my teacher, my mom said that's not how you put the cheese. My mom always cuts up the meat for me. Just so you can all get to feel what everybody else was feeling during this lockdown. And it's also been weird. I feel like COVID was great as well on a racial level, because I feel like we got to really give racism a break. I know what happened in America, and it got really awkward, but if you think about it, now, if you're a black dude and you are approaching like a white lady and she jumps to the other side of the road, you can't call it racism. It's social distancing. You're wearing a mask. You're a black man in a mask. What do you expect Taryn to do? You're a black man in a mask. Can you imagine the level of anxiety that these poor women are going through because they are surrounded by black men in masks? Like, can you imagine Tani Magritte in her little complex, proper minding her business? She walks out onto her balcony and there's a black guy in a mask right outside her place. That would freak me out. Like, I almost feel like if government really cared about the people, they would actually subsidize CalMeds for white people, because you get very anxious. I mean, we all get anxious, but there's a special anxiety that belongs specifically to that race. So I just feel like they should, because can you imagine how it's flustering for me? It's flustering for me. I can only imagine. I was actually speaking to this other lady, and she was like, oh my God, can you believe it? You know, they're telling us what time to come in. Like, suddenly I have a curfew. I've had a curfew since I was 14. And they're telling us how many people can be with. Like, no more than 50, no more than... How do you hold a soiree with like 50 people? Like, oh my gosh. I'm like, oh yeah. I don't need to imagine. I think a lot of us have been there. It was called apartheid, except that time there were like no more than 10 people could meet at a time. So, you know, everybody has their little struggle. So yes, as predictable as Tumi Morake is, she has been obsessing over what does this mean for us on a racial level, everything that's going on. Because also, you know, when you're sitting doing nothing and you just have to watch everything, I started watching horror films. I used to never ever watch horror because I don't like being scared unnecessarily. I feel like there's a fear that is earned. Like suddenly when you're whoop whoop and then you are not sure if you are holding the right amount of something that won't get you into jail, or you don't know if maybe you have a license. Like, that's fear that's earned. But I feel like, Tokoloshi, that's fear that's earned. You know, when you put bricks under your bed because you know there's a tiny little monster that wants to get under your king size, then you're like, that is earned fear, because you're like, but we know these things happen and people are jealous. They're going to want to send me ugly things. Fear of, I personally just chose that I must switch on the television and watch something so that I'm freaking out, just makes no sense to me. You know, unless you're doing it to try and get the kids to poop, then you just put them horror movie on, put them on the training toilet and then put on the thing and then but I sidetrack. So I was watching horror films and I couldn't help but notice how you can't get white people out of a house. It's a demon. It's a thing you can't see that's just moving things and is killing people around you. Your family is dead and you're still in the house. In fact, you even go looking to see what the thing is. Like, you can be a poltergeist. You can take your whole keys, your whole room divider, and they throw it across the room. They don't get out of the house. So I only have one question. How do you think you're going to get back the land? Nobody. If you can't get them out of the house, how are you going to get them off the land? Give up. Until they write that horror film that shows us how they got those people out of the house, you're not going to get them off the property. I'm just putting it out there. It's a very good time, though. It's a very good time to reflect. Went swimming with the kids, which is fun. And of course, my kids don't like swimming in swimming pools. They like the fun of boring. Because, we do it all the time. So, took them to the beach. And which is dope because, you know, it's like a social distancing, but also it's like saline all around you, you know. So it's like you can cleanse your nose anyway. If you encountered some corona person, you jump into the sea and that natural saline solution is just getting into your nose. So my kids were there having the time of their lives. And it's always so funny to watch my little kids run into the ocean because nobody can deny the silence and the sudden focus of everyone around when little black kids run into the ocean. Now, when they're just running on the peripheries and they're doing the usual black stroke as we know it, which is running and chasing the waves. And before the wave touches them, they're running back, but they're still wiping their face. And we're like, that's so adorable. That's how we do, right? Because we're like, this is our playground. Our playground is about 2 waves into the edge of the ocean. That is pretty much our limit. That is the allowance. That is enough for us to get the seawater, because that's enough for you to get the 2 liter to disappear under the water and retrieve the water for taking home for spiritual reasons. Once you go beyond that point, you are now heading into ancestral territory. Now you're going too far. Now, you know, we can't help you. That's the elements, that is nature. And if there's one thing about us that we understand, Africans, we don't mess with nature. But my kids jump in. They go in, they do the backstroke and they're like, Mommy! And then they disappear behind the thing like a blanket. So you almost feel like they're at home and they're going, Mommy! And then hiding under the blanket. But this time it's actually a wave. I'm enjoying it. I think this is hilarious. Marcus, on the other hand, is running. It's Baywatch there. He's running there like, SABC News. You know what I mean? And I'm going, freedom. This is freedom. You know when you have to stop a guy when he's in the heat of things like ma'am, I'm like, shh, watch. Freedom. It's my children swimming. Swimming in the ocean. And I'm sitting there like, he is fascinated. He's like, oh my gosh, all my preconceived notions. I'm going, oh my gosh, all that money I spent on swimming lessons. Yes, yes. Because anyone who had that classic mother knows you must show that they paid good money for what they paid for. So I'm like, number one, you must pass. Number two, you must swim like Michael Phelps. Me, I'm not here to play. You're a little Rick Neathling, okay? So yeah, that's been me, man. Living the dream, as it were. It's also very funny, actually, watching a lady lose Trump the elections single-handedly. That's the last thing I'm going to share, that in this time of sitting still, I suddenly became interested in politics, following all of this election nonsense. And I was like, oh, guys. So this guy won't leave. He won't accept that he's lost. And even though it was a democratic election, he's like, if I'm not the president, this is nonsense. And I'm like, Oskov. We are very familiar with this. The Americans are like, yo, what's this guy doing? Us, we're like, Trump is our guy. This guy's an African. This is African dictator levels, this thing. We are very, very, come to us if you want to know how to deal with this thing, because we are used to this thing. This is a real leadership. That's very presidential. Refusing to accept loss, it's very presidential. It's the most presidential president they have ever had with that action alone. But if he wants to blame anyone for losing that election, it is that lady who was praying. There's a lady who prayed and she was calling African angels, and that is when we knew she was digging the man a grave. She prayed, and guys, look for this thing online. She was praying and she says, the African angels are coming. They're coming from Africa. They're coming from Africa. The African angels are coming. Now this is America. You in America, white lady, are praying for African angels to come and influence the election. Madam, what you are calling African angels, we call ancestors. We are calling, those are the parents and parents and parents of parents of parents of those whose lives matter. You called those people's people, to come. And you even confirmed, you're like, and they are descending. They were all arriving, not even economy class. They were arriving first class via your prayer. And they did what needed to be done. So if that man wants to blame anyone, that lady, us, we thank her. We're ready for new dispensation. Anyway, guys, please love the one you live with. Enjoy the fact that you're here to enjoy this. Support a good cause. Please, let's help this hospital do amazing things. Let's help Red Cross do great things for our kids. And I think that's my time. OMG. I miss my Zonzi. Please tell Uncle, fellow citizens, and my fellow South Africans that I really look forward to seeing him again. I hope he has a dance ready for us, because we've all done the Jerusalem thing. Ready for the new one. All right, guys, see you in 2021. But listen, don't say anything bad about 2020. Like, stop. We're all bitching and moaning about 2019. Did you see what 2020 looked like? Let's just easy on, talking smack about 2020. We don't need a 2.0. Okay, bye.
See, I was there, waiting for summer, waiting for you, waiting for me. And I was on my own while you were there, waiting for summer, oh, by the sea. Here we go. This one's just going out to anyone who's just feeling, a little bit like overwhelmed by anything at the moment. Tonight's just a chance for you to let your hair down. So just forget all your troubles and just have a good time with us. This song, I hope you'll sing it with us from wherever you are in the world. It's called I've Been Thinking About You. Here we go. second thought, just hands up, hands up. I wanna walk away if they ask me to. See, I'd live another day just to spend with you. I loved you like the sound of the ocean, rhythm, the emotion. Are you ready to jump? Here we go. Loved you like the sound of the ocean, rhythm, the emotion. I loved you like the sound of the ocean, rhythm, the emotion. Rhythm, 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 the emotion. Oh, wow. Back in the day, we used to run. Hands up, straight for the sun. No complications, no second thought. Just hands up, hands up. And I wanna walk away if they ask me to. See, I'd live another day just to spend with you. I loved you like the sound of the ocean. Alright, wherever you are at home, it's time to bounce. Sound of the ocean. Are you ready to bounce? Are you ready? 2, 1, 2, 3, woo! So if you've ever been to a Goodluck gig, you guys know what you have to do right now. You know. We love to do this because we love to feel your energy. And we're hoping we can feel it through the airwaves, you know? So do this at home with us, everybody. Those were the days we used to run. Hands up, straight for the sun. Just conversation, no second thought. Our hands up, get 'em up, get 'em up, get 'em up, oh! I wanna walk away if they ask me to. See, I'd live another day just to spend with you. Are you ready to bounce? Here we go, woo! Love you guys! I loved you like the sound of the ocean, rhythm, the emotion. I loved you like the sound of the ocean, rhythm, the emotion. Rhythm, 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 the emotion.
Hello. Good day, good evening, good morning, depending on when you're gonna watch this. It's up to you really. I'm Yaaseen Barnes and I'm here to do some jokes for you guys. And I feel like we need to understand where we are as a people, because you guys might hear cars go past, you guys might hear my cats at the door, but that's 2020. It's that we prepared something, this thing, but other things might happen. I write all my jokes down because I have ADHD, guys, which means my head is all over the place. It's like ADD, but clearer because of the HD part. It's in there. Like, My memory is so bad, it doesn't give a 4K. 4K. Okay. I'm gonna make note of that one over there. So whenever people see me, they go, "Hey Yaaseen, you're a Muslim. Tell some Muslim jokes." It's not how it works, guys. But for you, I'll do it, okay? Two Muslims walk into a bar. Jokes, guys. We don't go to bars. We drink before we go out. Silly people today. This year was a big year. A friend of mine, he turned 29. Now 29 is it's a normal number for most people, but he's a colored man, and it's a big deal for a colored man to turn 29 because it means that you're not a 28 anymore. Okay, some of you must describe these jokes to the other people. Now, I know you're sitting there like, oh, I get the joke. And if you don't get the joke, you must go, got it. Okay. I know some of you are judging me because I didn't iron my shirt. You can see it's, I don't iron my shirt not because I'm lazy. I don't iron it because I want to be like Hashim Amla, in the crease. Like 2020 was the year of amazement. Like I always wonder, like, what would I do if I was to win Miss South Africa? And the first thing I would do is be surprised because I didn't even enter. Like, what? I'm not even a Miss. How did this work? So, in every family, there's the clever cousin. The cousin that goes on to do amazing things. Like, I'm not that cousin. That's why I'm a comedian now. So my cousin, he went to UCT and he went to go study quantum mechanics, which is great, right? And now he works at the taxi rank because he's a mechanic on the quantums. Okay, some of you don't know what's a taxi. And because you must take the taxi, you must get it over the people here. So because this year was very difficult, I had to think of other ways that could possibly make money. Everybody got a side hustle right now. So I've got some business ideas, right? I want to open a hot wings store, right? You can sell hot wings. I'm going to call it FW de Vlerk. But we're only going to serve the right wing. Too spicy. I want to have a fisheries, right? And it's gonna be like a very cool fisheries because it's gonna be like lighting on the side and like mirrors on the side. And while you're placing your order, you can take photos of yourself. I'm gonna call it selfies and chips because we sell fish and chips. It's in the name, guys. I want to open like a Muslim insurance company, right? I don't know what the name is going to be, but our slogan will be, like our women, we've got you covered. No? Or either that slogan, or we're going to go with, don't judge a book by its cover. Okay? You guys still decide, eh? Also, I'm gonna let you guys know, so normally comedy is done like in two ways. Like it's either done where people are laughing loud and like having fun and clapping, and then there's this way, which is if you are at home and you're watching, I want you to just like send me a message to say haha, just a little haha. Interesting doing it like this. Smokers will lead you astray. Because it's silly people, man. Here we now, yeah. So, I don't know if you watch comedy, then my favorite thing when I watch comedy is when I see comedians do a joke, then the joke die. It makes my heart so happy because in their eyes you can always see like these lines that they say, and in their eyes you can see they know that the joke was a die because they say stuff like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. Or the other one is tough crowd. Tough crowd. Or my favorite one, then they tell you guys to do the work, and they say, give yourselves a round of applause. Then you must clap there at home. But the joke, oh, it's my favorite things. I love those. So yeah, so 2020 has been a lot, right? And I feel like a lot of us need therapy. But I feel like a great way to save on therapy, all you must do is bump into a white guy. Because then they ask you, hey, what's your problem? And then you just open up to them. You tell them what's going to happen. Well, they're going to fight you, but at least your problems will be out there. And I feel like that is very important. Okay, money saving tips, done. If you do drugs in the street, is that considered a road trip? Is it? Okay. Did the Egyptian slaves know that they were working for a pyramid scheme? You see, these are the questions I ask myself. You guys have real jobs, normal jobs, where some of you fill out Excel sheets, some of you save lives. This is what I do every day. These are my problems. Do divorcing Rastafarian couples fight for joint custody? Okay, keep that one. They say a way to a man's heart is through his stomach if you uppercut him. That's a joke about Street Fighter. You guys, do you know Street Fighter? Okay, that's all you get. If someone asks you what is love and you say, baby, don't hurt me no more, you might be in an abusive relationship, guys. And if you did get that reference, you're probably old or so now. Some of you didn't get that joke now at all. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. Do you guys know YOLO? Seeing it, if you're so old, I don't know if you know YOLO. YOLO means you only live once. Then you get Yoko. You only break up the Beatles once. Tough crowd. You know, I'm doing these jokes now, and there's no one here, right? It's just you and I, guys. But the last time I performed at a comedy club, then this lady wanted to fight with me. Then I was like, I don't want no hateration or holleration in this dancery. And then after we sorted it out, Mary J obliged. You guys know Missy Elliott? I really hope Missy Elliott comes out with a book on female empowerment. And she calls it, It's Your Feminism Plan Yet. It's Your Feminism Plan Yet. Do you think that's worth it? Must I work it? Okay. I'll put my name down, flip it and reverse it. You know, whenever people in things, they go, like a boss. It's such a silly saying. These people, they say, if they do anything, made a sandwich today, like a boss. Went to work today, like a boss. But I feel like, if you're really doing something like a boss, does that mean you mismanaged it? You whined about it, got someone else to do it, then take the credit for it, because that's doing something like a boss. I want to put on a play. I'm going to call it Pun. It's going to be a play on words. I want to put on a play. I'm going to call it Cats. It's going to be about two colored boys playing with a ball. Because you cats, then I cats, then you cats, then... Silly. You know, there was this pastor that was spraying everybody with like insecticide in their face. And I was like, maybe we must make a show about him. Gonna call it Law and Order Special Holy Victims Unit. Dum dum. You know, I come from a family of corn growers, It's, they my family. Tough crowd. You know, all the farmers, then they all say yes to each other. I feel like that's the agriculture. It's crazy, man. Yeah. My friend is a farmer. He went with me to an event. He was my plus one. I'm here for the silly jokes, guys. You must be silly. It's 2020, guys. We need to learn to be silly as a people. Yeah. I hurt my toe and then I went to the podiatrist. And I was like, my podiatrist, he must be good at losing, you know, because he knows the smell of defeat. Silly guys. You know, I think doctors are just vets that only know how to work on one animal. It just makes sense. You see what I did then? So I was doing jokes about doctors. Then it was first the A section, that was the beginning. Then in the middle, that was the B section. Now this last joke is joke about pregnancy. It's the C section. I must explain all the jokes to you here. So, I'm also, while we're here and we're just going to, I have your attention, I'm just going to vent a bit. Can you stop asking me, hey, how are you, when you message me? Because I feel like it's unanimous. Everybody's, hey, how are you? We are all feeling the same. We are all a bit tired. Our back is a bit sore. We're a little bit broker than we thought we'd be right now. And yeah, I'm also heartful of this year. So when you say, hi, how are you? When I say, I'm good. When I say good means that of like, don't ask me, hey, how are you? We all feel the same. We're almost at the end of the 2020. So please, guys, don't ask, hey, how are you? Just say I must bring your Tupperware back. Just don't fight with me. Just go, Yaaseen, where's the Tupperware? You owe me money. Yeah, guys, I'll bring you money. Don't ask, hey, how are you? That was just for me. Okay, that's just the event moment that I needed to get out there. We're now almost at the end of 2020. I really hope, guys, we're almost at the end of 2020. It's been a long year. You need to let go, guys. You must let go of everything that you think you know. Like all the things that happened this year, just let it go. You know how? Because we don't know what's happening anymore. As a whole people, we don't know what's happening. We have all these ministers in parliament. No one knows who's the ministers because they change all the time. You go to sleep, cabinet reshuffle. Wake up in the morning, cabinet reshuffle. You just having tea, cabinet reshuffle. I feel like the next president we elect must be a colored auntie. Because she never changes the cabinet. The cabinet stays the same throughout the entire lifetime. Just the Minister of Doilies, Minister of 21st keys, and then Minister of 2 teaspoons from England. Where did the teaspoons come from, guys? Why we never use the teaspoon? You know, even if the Queen came to our house, the Queen couldn't use the teaspoon. I make fun of colored mommies a lot, colored aunties. My mom is one also. But they're the OGs of the system. They're the ones that made us to what we are, and they made us to what we can be as well. It's an amazing thing. Our mothers. Also, the kids are doing it now. I don't know if you've seen the dab that. Oh, I hate it, guys. Every time my nephew, I ask him, how was school today? I was like, what does that mean? How was the test? He's like, do you want a McDonald's burger? Everything, just stupid dab. Only now the kids do it. My mother, a proud colored mother, taught me how to dab years ago when I was just like, and she was just like, yee. And then I was, oh, sorry, mommy, don't eat. Now the kids are just all about the dab. No, guys, we've been doing that already. Colored mothers are the trendsetters here of the world. And that's all the time we have for today. Yeah, it's supposed to Then how to end this now? It's awkward, right? Give yourselves a round of applause. I'm Yaaseen Barnes, and these are the jokes. I'm like reporting here at the news desk. Thank you for supporting, guys. You guys are doing great out there.
What's holding you back lately? There's one place left, we can take this. We've got time, time to break the rules, time to play the fool all our lives. Petrified, trying to play it cool, trying to play it cool, can't deny it. We were sipping on this love like free tequila. We were dancing when this world was standing still. And you said this fire made you a believer. So baby, if you love it, let it burn. Let it burn. Let it burn. Burn. Baby, if you love it, let it burn. I know deep wounds need stitches, but you're putting up walls instead of bridges. We've got time, time to break the rules, time to play the fool all our lives. Petrified, trying to play it cool, trying to play it cool, can't deny it. We were sipping on this love like free tequila. We were dancing when this world was standing still. And you said this fire made you a believer. So baby, if you love it, let it burn. Let it burn. Burn. Let it burn. Burn. Baby, if you love it, let it. Don't leave me hanging, I'm calling. Forget what your friends say, I'm all in. This ain't every day, this ain't nothing. This happened like an explosion. It fell straight into the ocean. Hate to admit that I'm falling. We were sipping on this love like free tequila. We were dancing when this world was standing still. And you said this fire made you a believer. So baby, if you love it, let it burn. We were sipping on this love like free tequila. We were dancing when this world was standing still. And you said this fire made you a believer. So baby, if you love it, let it burn. Let it burn. Burn. Let it burn. Burn. And baby, if you love it, let it burn. Yeah. Burn. Let it burn. Burn. Baby, if you love it, let it burn. After fight, the gods played against the odds. Build a house of cards with no ceiling. It falls down and then I start over again. Try to make a life worth leading. I Flip this night 100 times. If this tunnel and show me the light. Where's the light? Wait a minute, if I blink, I miss it. You're the dream I'm wishing would come true. My heart's racing like a car chase. Basically, I'm starstruck when I look at you, and I feel love again. And you came at the speed of light. I feel love again. Suddenly you're here and I don't know where you've been, but you came at the speed of light. I feel love again. Love again. Now I feel your touch, but my mind just rushes to the times that I've been broken. The emptiness is a consequence of a heart that I can't open. It's been so long since I believed anyone would face the dark with me. Dark with me. Flip this night 100 times. If this tunnel and show me the light. Where's the light? Wait a minute, if I blink, I miss it. You're the dream I'm wishing would come true. My heart's racing like a car chase. Basically, I'm starstruck when I look at you, and I feel love again. And you came at the speed of light. I feel love again. Suddenly you're here and I don't know where you've been, but you came at the speed of light. I feel love again. Love again. Hey, let's leave tonight. We're flying at the speed of light. Come with me. Let's leave tonight. We're flying at the speed of light. Come with me. Wait a minute, if I blink, I'm missing. You're the dream I'm wishing would come true. My heart's racing like a car chase. Basically, I'm starstruck when I look at you, and I feel love again. And you came at the speed of light. I feel love again. Suddenly you're here and I don't know where you've been, but you came at the speed of light. I feel love again. Love again.
And so we've come to the end of this online concert. Thank you very much for watching it with us and sharing all this lovely experiences with us. To all the artists who so generously donated their time for us, we are really, really indebted to you. Thank you so very much for that. Now, remember to please go and donate whatever you can afford to donate. That little R1, remember, it can make a huge difference. Click on the donate button on a Quicket or visit children'shospitaltrust.org.za and leave your mark on life. Now remember, 100% of your donations will go towards the much needed upgrade and expansion of the hospital's emergency center, which treats 45,000 children annually. And the emergency center, remember, becomes very, very busy at this time of the year, and they need us. Thank you very much for watching this show one more time. I hope you have a blessed and safe festive season. Take care and stay safe.